Boys, today we are going to be going through every single champion, yes, even the women's division, and I'm going to get one fighter in each division. One division I have two fighters because, that division is a little hard to pick just one. But every other division I have one fighter who I think beats the current champion. If not beats, is the closest guy there to beat the champion. Let's start off with the women's division. Women's strawweight division, we have Zhang Weili. To be honest, it's gonna be hard to find anyone in strawweight that beats Weili. And to be honest, the only person right now that I think beats Weili is honestly someone that's not even in her weight class. Now, am I saying this girl automatically for sure is going to beat Weili? Absolutely not. But the only girl, in my opinion, that has a chance to beat Weili right now at strawweight is going to be Alexa Grasso, coming down from flyweight and going into strawweight. I think it takes a very well-rounded fighter who can do good on the ground and on the feet to beat someone like a Weili. And I'm not going to lie, I think Grasso could probably make strawweight. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, this division's tough because realistically, Weili has already beat not everyone, but if you mash them up with Weili, I would go out on a limb and say that Weili has or could beat every single person in the top 15 at strawweight right now. So we have to bring a former champion from a different division into here. And Alexa Grasso, again, I think it's going to take someone very well-rounded to beat someone as well-rounded as Weili. Do I think that Grasso gets it done? Honestly, no, I don't think so. People could also say, what about Rose? Rose already beat Weili. I don't think this version of Rose is beating this version of Weili. To be honest, I don't even think Alexa Grasso beats Weili. I still think, I don't know who beats Weili, to be honest. With that being said, let's keep moving down. We got the women's flyweight division now. Valentina Shevchenko. People could put someone like a Manon Fiorot here. I don't think Manon gets it done. I think Shevchenko gets it done. And then through that entire division, you could put people like Grasso here again, but that's just very lazy. And to be honest, there's some people in that division that I think could probably beat Valentina, just because I think Valentina's is on her way out. Like Erin Blanchfield, maybe not. Rose Namajunas, this version of Rose, I don't think so. Macy Barber, possibly, Natalia Silva, maybe. I would say Natalia Silva has a good chance, but the person I'm putting up here is going to be Weili Zhang. I think Weili gets it done, gets that double champ status. I think Valentina does beat Manon Fiorot, and then we see Weili versus Valentina. I just think it's so hard to pick any person to beat Weili right now, to be honest. Like, even if she packs on some muscle, could she beat someone like a Julianna Peña? Maybe. Julianna, in my opinion, Julianna is pretty bad, so she could be the first triple women champ. But let's go into Julianna. Let's go into women's bantamweight. Women's bantamweight, Julianna Peña. I think this is a pretty clear and cut choice. I have Kayla Harrison. If this isn't the next match for Julianna Peña and Kayla Harrison, then retarded. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but this should be next. I think Kayla Harrison does what she wants with Julianna, to be honest. But Julianna could come back with her like retard strength and just win. But I would pick Kayla Harrison. I think Kayla Harrison does, again, whatever she wants to Julianna Peña. Now that we got the women out of the way, let's start with the men's flyweight division. We got Alexandre Pantoja. It's looking very, very hard to pick anyone to beat Pantoja, to be honest. He's on a really good win streak. The only one that he's lost to as of recently is going to be, Figueiredo. I'm not putting Figgy here. I'm putting someone in his own division. I think, I've been saying it for a while, low-key, out of everyone in the top 15, and we're going to see this weekend, how good this dude is. I got Ramazan Tamirov. To be honest, out of everyone in the top 15, I think this guy has the best possibility to beat Pantoja. And again, if he goes out there and gets fraud checked by Charles Johnson, I'm going to kill myself. but realistically, it's hard to pick anyone to beat Pantoja right now. And I'm just putting a Hail Mary type of throw right now, where if this does happen, your boy's big brain. Let's go down. Merab Dvalishvili. Same thing with Merab. It's hard to pick anyone that you can comfortably say beats Merab. With that being said, I'm going to pick the two dudes that came the closest to beating Merab recently, Umar Nurmagomedov and or Sean O'Malley. It seems like Sean O'Malley is getting the title shot first before Umar, the rematch that is. And low-key, like, people say how good the Umar Nurmagomedov fight and how competitive it was. Sean O'Malley was just as competitive and in my opinion, put Merab in more danger than Umar. And I think a better game plan, a less hesitant version of Sean O'Malley. Like, we saw Sean O'Malley use like none of his weapons in the first until the very last round. You know, we didn't see any kicks, and the kicks is what hurt Merab. I think we see a better version of Sean O'Malley. I think he hasn't been on social media that much. You know, I don't follow it that close, but I don't think this dude's like 24/7 on social media. I think he's locked in. I think either one of these dudes could beat Merab. I'm going to lean more towards the Sean O'Malley side. But yeah, if it's not one of these two guys, I honestly don't know anyone who does in bantamweight. At least Pantoja would have to move up, and that would be a competitive fight. But let's keep moving up. Ilia Topuria, featherweight division. I know Ilia Topuria, technically he still is the champion. Until Volkanovski and Lopez fight, he's still the champion. So who do I think could beat Topuria? I've been saying this for a while, and it's either pure delusion or your boy might be cooking. But Alexander Volkanovski, you know, have this dude on, not coming off a head kick knockout 3 months prior, have this dude on a full camp, fully recovered, and with a solid game plan. Alexander Volkanovski might have the best game plan and mid-fight adjustments in the entire UFC. We saw that with the Max Holloway fight where he was down 2 rounds, came back in the championship rounds and won. You're telling me someone like that, yes, he's getting a little bit older, a little bit slower, stuff like that. I don't know anyone better at mid-fight adjusting and game planning than Alexander Volkanovski. So I have Volkanovski here. Again, it might just be a complete cope. I'm not saying it's not me coping, but I think Volkanovski has the best chance of beating Topuria out of everyone in featherweight. Let's go down to lightweight, though. Lightweight, very similar. I don't know if anyone in lightweight can beat Makhachev. Maybe people would say an Arman Tsarukyan. I don't think Arman does people say it's very competitive. I think Islam finishes Arman. I think the toughest matchup is someone who's not even in lightweight. I think it's Ilia Topuria. I've been saying this for a while. I think Ilia beats Islam Makhachev. I think Ilia knocks out Islam Makhachev. The ground game, maybe Islam's a little bit stronger on the ground. We don't know that for sure, though. Maybe that's the case. But on the feet, I don't know anyone that has as much power and shows as much danger to Islam than Ilia does. A perfect example is Ilia Topuria versus Dustin Poirier. You're telling me Ilia Topuria doesn't get Dustin Poirier out of there within 3 rounds? You're telling me Dustin Poirier lasts longer than Max Holloway, Alexander Volkanovski against Ilia Topuria? You're telling me Dustin Poirier does better against Ilia Topuria than he does to Islam Makhachev? I don't think so. And yes, it's like MMA math right there, but styles make fights. I think Ilia Topuria is a very bad style matchup for Islam. Let's go down to the welterweight division. Belal Muhammad. A lot of people are super happy that JDM is getting the title shot, and people are saying JDM's getting the belt. I don't think so, to be honest. I don't think there's many people out there that beat Belal. Before we saw Shavkat versus Ian Gary, I thought Shavkat could be the guy to do it. I don't think that anymore. I think JDM can get it done, but I have more confidence in saying someone like a walking Buckley beats Belal Muhammad. I think Buckley has one of the best chances in dethroning Belal Muhammad in the entire welterweight division. And it's just recently where people have fully come to the side where, yeah, Buckley he's a contender, not just a contender for that belt. And I think it's a tough fight. And honestly, you're telling me Buckley doesn't, in 5 rounds, find the chin of Belal Muhammad and put him down? I don't think he flatlines Belal or anything, but I could definitely see walking Buckley landing a shot that drops Belal and gets, TKO ground and pound finish. I could definitely see something like that. I don't think the cardio, the non-stop takedowns is going to affect Buckley. Buckley still has some good cardio with his own right. Like, Belal isn't the only one here that has good cardio. They both have decent cardio. I just think walking Buckley is low-key like a nightmare matchup for Belal Muhammad. Let's go into middleweight, though. Middleweight, I don't know if it needs much explanation. I think the best person in middleweight that has a chance to be champion is going to be Chimaev. Like, I don't know if I need to explain much about this. Chimaev, just look what he did to Whitaker. And yes, again, that's like MMA math right there, but nobody is doing that shit to Whitaker. And, before we go into this fight, people are going to say, like, yeah, but Dricus has never been taken down or controlled or stuff like that. He has good takedown. Same thing can be said about Whitaker. and look what happened. I think Chimaev by far is if you had to pick all of these guys, who's the most likely? Chimaev out of all these guys is most likely to become champion out of every single one here. And there's some good favorites on this list, like the next one, light heavyweight, Alex Pereira. Who beats Alex Pereira? I don't think a lot of people do, but I think the best chance is going to be Magomed Ankalaev, even though time and time again I've said Magomed ain't been Pereira. I just think he has the best stylistic chance to beat Pereira. Again, he's probably going to be, I think, is he the favorite leading up to this? I don't know. I think he might be the betting favorite. I could be wrong, but he has the style to beat Pereira. Everyone thinks so, at least. I don't think so. He hardly ever shows his ground game, but people think that Magomed has a chance to beat Pereira. I personally don't. But out of all of light heavyweight, and even, I guess you could have put Dricus Du Plessis here in middleweight, him moving up, but I didn't want to do that too many times. But Magomed I got here. Then we'll run through heavyweight real quick. The interim belt, Tom Aspinall. Who has the best chance of beating Tom Aspinall? Jon Jones. Let's go into the undisputed belt, Jon Jones. Who has the best chance of beating Jon Jones? Tom Aspinall. I do think it's closer than what people say, this fight, mainly because people are just saying that Aspinall washes Jon Jones. I think it's going to be a little bit more competitive than that, but I still think Aspinall gets it done. But yeah, those are every single champions and who I think could beat them. Let me know in the comments below. Is there any other guy here that should be added onto the list? And I know a lot of people are going to flame me for the Ilia Topuria, Alexander Volkanovski. I don't care. I'm standing on business on that one. Let me know in the comments below. Should any of these guys get traded out? And yeah, thank you for watching to the end of the video, and I will see you guys in my next video.